Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Waters and I will be going over my LNG Exports Dashboard today. On the first tab I have my monthly market synopsis for LNG where I give a brief market summary. Then I've also found significant headlines during those months and explain those. LNG exports fell during the middle months of this year due to the demand destruction caused by the COVID-19 pandemic in March and also from storm-related shutdowns during the unprecedented 2020 hurricane season. Since this semester began, exports have been growing rapidly, and LNG exports have picked up during the economic recovery that we've seen in Asian and European markets. In October, we were able to have similar LNG exports to that of pre-COVID February 2020. So with an expected increase in November, we will see an increase above those pre-COVID levels. Then on this right side right here, I have the U.S. LNG terminals. You can see the existing LNG terminals as well as the approved but not yet built terminals. Then on this next tab right here, I have the LNG projects that have come online as well as what is projected for the rest of 2020 and also 2021. For my next tab, I have the major markets for U.S. LNG exports. So if we look at major markets that have been pivotal to the demand recovery from COVID-19, we can look at Asian and European markets. And right here it shows the contract start in value for the respective continents and also a pie chart that shows their market share. Then in this pie chart right here, it shows the countries within the continents' respective market shares. So we can see the major countries within those continents. And then we have the same chart right here in bar chart form that shows a timeline of these contract starts and values. And then this next tab right here is just the data for the previous tab. My next tab is the Clipper Data LNG Exports tab, where we can see the U.S. LNG terminals and where they export their LNG. So if we go ahead and look at Cameron LNG, which actually had major shutdowns during August and September due to a breakdown in Louisiana's electrical infrastructure from Hurricane Laura, we can actually see its effects right here in August and September. So we're actually just going to go ahead and select this whole area, and then let's look at China. This is the place where they actually received the LNG. And you can see that they weren't receiving any LNG in October and November due to these shutdowns. So if we look at September, then we can see the actual data for the LNG shipments. So then on this next tab, I just have the Clipper data for the LNG exports. Then the next tab is the forwards curve tab. On this top part, I have the JKM forward curve. As you can see, at the beginning of this year, the market was in contango. But since we have seen high prices in JKM in the past 2 months, we have seen a level off in the forward curve. Then at the bottom right here, we can see the JKM Cheniere forward curve spread over time. And then for my next two tabs, I just have the U.S. natural gas exports by country. It shows the pipeline and LNG exports. And for my last tab, I have news from the LNG industry about U.S. LNG news.